Hi there everyone, and today we're doing another guide, and I am going to show you how to get that Pokemon you've got from the beginning of the game, be it your starter Pokemon or a Pokemon you caught on Route 1, how you turn that into a competitively viable Pokemon. So, let's begin. And today I'm going to be working with Cinderace, the Pokemon that Leon gave me. So let's check out its stats. There it is, stats all over the place. This shows us its EVs, the blue meaning that its EVs are completely maxed out, and we see it's got EVs in special attack, special defense, speed, defense, attack, and HP. And if we go over here, we can see it is a careful nature. So, how do we make a Pokemon competitively viable? We need to make sure it has good EVs, a good nature, good egg moves, and good IVs. So, how are we going to do that? Let's go check out Cerebi.net and let's have a look at what the best things for a Cinderace are. There we are, Cerebi.net, and let's go to the Galar section and down to Cinderace. Here we are, and if we scroll right to the bottom we can see the base stats. So, 80 in HP, 116 attack, 75 defense, 65 special attack, 75 special defense, and 119 speed. Okay, that looks pretty good. So that means, well, attack is speed is the best stat, with attack being a close second. So what nature should we go with? Well, since its special attack is so low, that means I'm probably never going to use special attacks with this Pokemon. So let's have a special attack hindering nature. And given how unique that speed stat is, I think I'm going to go for a speed boosting nature. I'd like my Scorbunny to be as fast as it can possibly be. Yeah, attack might be good, but that speed stat is quite unique. So I think I'm going to go with that. So I want a special attack hindering nature with a speed boosting nature. And because I've played Pokemon for quite a while, I happen to know that is the Jolly nature. Don't worry, I will include a nature list link at the bottom of this stream that'll show you which natures do what. So yes, gonna need a Jolly nature. And before we leave the page, what else can we see? Egg moves. Okay, high jump kick, that's pretty good. Sucker punch and super fang. Right, I definitely want my Scorbunny to know sucker punch and high jump kick, so those are moves we'll need to get. But egg moves are moves passed down from a parent Pokemon to its offspring, so how am I going to get these egg moves on the Pokemon I already have? Well, let's figure it out. Back to the game. Oh, also while we're here, let's check out our Scorbunny's IVs. And, oh, we do that from here, don't we? Press the plus button, and again, oh, my poor Scorbunny, a no good in its attack stat, meaning its attack is the lowest it can possibly be. That is unfortunate. Right, we're gonna have to fix that, and there are no bests on my Scorbunny, on my Cinderace here, so I am gonna need to boost all of its stats. Okay then, so let's get started. So first, let's get those egg moves on. And how am I gonna do that? By getting another Pokemon of the same species. So here we have a Scorbunny. That actually has all the egg moves we need. So let's bring that to the party. And yes, I will show you the trick of how you get egg moves onto another Pokemon. They're both males as well, so no breeding will be involved. So let's back out of here. So it turns out in this generation, if two Pokemon are the same species, and one has the egg moves, the one with the egg moves can teach the egg moves to the Pokemon that doesn't have them. So there are some things we need to do to ensure that though. First, let's get Scorbunny to make sure it's the same species. So let's give it some nice XP candy. Let's go with the large. Let's give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Level 38. Okay, yep, that's enough. No, we don't want Ember. Gotta not remember a bunch of moves here now. Yep, don't need Quick Attack, don't need Double Kick. We want to keep all those egg moves if we can. Don't need Agility. Don't need Headbutt, don't need Counter. Don't need Bounce. And don't need Double Edge. And Scorbunny is evolving. Excellent. And evolution, excellent. But we're gonna need to evolve it one stage further. Let's give it a medium candy, will that be enough? And it is, excellent. So now we're gonna have two Cinderace, one with egg moves and one without. Doodly doo doo doo. Now we don't need the old move. So let's go to the move Forget a Person. That's the next step we need. And in the Pokemon Center, there he is. At the bottom there, forget a move. So let's have our Cinderace forget a bunch of its moves. We don't want double kick. Would you like your... Yes. We don't want... Don't want Flame Charge. And and even though I think I do want this Pokemon to know U-turn, I'm gonna get rid of it for now, just to ensure that all the other moves pass over smoothly. And I can always teach it back with the TM anyway, so not a problem there. And now, let's go to the other Cinderace. I'm not sure if I need to do this step, but I'm just going to do it to be extra safe, because we don't want Sand Attack. It would suck if the other moves got passed, some of the moves got passed down, including Sand Attack. So now, let's head over to the Pokemon Nursery. Or the Pokemon Daycare. In British English, we don't really use the term daycare, so I think nursery is the appropriate term here. So now we speak to the lady, and we're going to put our Pokemon in. In goes my Cinderace from the story. Oh. Yeah, I need to move a Pokemon over, because then I won't have any Pokemon left. So let's put the one in now. And then I'll have to put the other one in. My bad. Alright. Let's just grab any old one for now. Come on, Mr. Bold Ditto. And now let's leave the other Cinderace. Leave Pokemon. And in goes Cinderace. So, hopefully, this Cinderace with the egg moves will teach our Cinderace that was given to us by Leon the egg moves. So let's just go for a nice quick cycle. And hopefully that will have been enough time for that Cinderace to teach my Cinderace all the moves. If not, I'm going to be a bit embarrassed. Excellent, so we got our Cinderace back. So let's check them out. There's our Cinderace. And did it get the moves? Yes, it did. Excellent. So, our Cinderace now has the egg moves that it needed. So, what comes next? Well, we can do this in pretty much any order now, but let's fly up to Wyndon. And I think I'm gonna do the EVs now. And yes, as I showed in my last video, there are many different ways of how you can sort EVs, but today, since I have lots of cash, I'm going to do it the quickest way, by buying vitamins. So let's buy 1 HP up, because I'm going to need that. Let's buy a bunch of protein, let's say 20 protein. I know I won't need the maximum, because Cinderace has already got a bunch of attack and speed EVs. So I'll just buy 20 of these. But for future reference, if you did want to completely max out an empty stat with these vitamins, you would need 26. So yep, let's grab the Carbos. Oh, no. Now, once again, let's look at our Cinderace's EVs. And to do that, we go onto the stat page, and we press X. Right, so we can see it's got a fair amount in its special attack, special defense, and HP. We don't really need any of those. We just want attack, speed, and then for our last few EVs, we'll dump them into HP. But yeah, for now, I need to remove all those unnecessary EVs, because a Pokemon can have a total maximum of 510 EVs, which my Cinderace has. So I'm going to have to remove some EVs and reallocate them in the places I need. And how do we remove EVs? We do that with the berries. So, Greppa Berry removes special defense EVs. So, I'm not sure how many we need exactly, but let's just say 10. Let's remove 10. 10, I believe it's 10 at a time, so I think that's 100 EVs I just removed from the special defense stat. This one for special attack. Let's use another 10. Remove the EVs from the special defense stat. Kelpsie Berry for attack, but no, we're going to keep those EVs. And Persimp Pomeg, remove it from the HP, excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then Quallot for defense, there we go. And I believe that's all of them. Excellent. So let's go have a look at our stats again, just to make sure that worked. Check summary, over, and yes, all the excess EVs in special attack and HP, special defense, and defense are gone, and we're just left with those pointy bits in attack and speed. So, let's train those stats. Now, you could do this in the method I showed in the last video, where I went and battled a bunch of wild Pokemon, but since we just went and bought the items, let's do it the nice and quick way. So, Carbos raises speed EVs. How many can we use? Oh, if I press down, it shows us we can only use a maximum of 15. So good thing I bought 20. Excellent. And then for protein, attack. How many can I use? 13. There we go. And then just the last 6 EVs can go into the HP. And it raised the HP by 1 stat there. So excellent. Let's go check out its EVs. And excellent, yes. The sparkling effect means the speed and the attack are maxed out, and the fact it's turned blue means that all my EVs have been used up. So we've optimized it, we've optimized our best stats. Now we just need to do 2 more things. We need to fix that careful nature, and we need to hyper train it. And in order to do that, we need to go to the battle tower. So here we are at the battle tower. Let's head in. And let's speak to this lady over here. I've done a fair bit of training in the battle tower, so I do have a good amount of BP. So we need the nature that increases speed, which is Jolly, and lowers special attack. When a Pokemon smells this mint, its speed will grow more easily, but its special attack will grow more slowly, which is perfect for the Pokemon we need. So there we go, we have the Jolly Mint. And let's use that Jolly Mint. Bag. And it's going to be right there. Excellent. So let's use this on our careful Oh, wrong Cinderace. Wrong Cinderace. Let's try that again. And Jolly. Excellent. So let's have a look at our Cinderace now. Let's check out the nature. So we're still a careful nature, however, we see that the speed is now turned red and the special attack is now turned blue. And that means it's the same as this Cinderace, which is a Jolly nature. So the Jolly Mint doesn't actually change your Pokemon's nature, it just changes the stats that are influenced by the nature. So that is excellent. And now just one more step, hyper training. Because our Cinderace has terrible IVs, we wouldn't want to use it in competitive right now, so we're going to need to fix them by hyper training. And in order to do hyper training, Cinderace needs to be level 100. So we'll do that the quick way by using EV candies. EV candies? XP candies even. So how many do we need? 24. Fair enough. Luckily these candies are quite easy to replenish by simply going and doing raids in the wild area. And boom, level 100. So yes, look at the attack stat now. The attack stat is 300, and the speed stat is 358. So we just need to max out these stats with hyper training. So we'll talk to this guy, and he's gonna want bottle caps. Luckily, I do have a bunch. They give you a bunch when you do the battle tower, and you also get some from raids. Now, since I need to do pretty much all the stats except for its special attack, I'm just going to go ahead and use a golden bottle cap on this guy. So, there we are, all the stats. look at the current stats now. 300 and 358 in speed. Those are the main ones we care about, but all stats should get a boost. We're at 180 in the defenses and 301 at HP. So let's start the training. Boom! And Cinderace got stronger. Oh, no, we don't need to train anymore. Let's look at our Cinderace's stats. First off, we see the HP has changed to 302. And yes, the defenses have gone up from 180 to 186, and our speed and attack have gone up quite strongly. 31 extra stats in our attack stat, which is excellent. I guess that shows you how a 31 IV versus a 0 IV makes a difference. And our speed up from 358 to 370. 370 is the highest a Cinderace's speed stat can possibly be. It is completely maxed out. So that is excellent. And if we go look in the PC quickly, we see that it says all our stats have been hypertrained. Now, hypertraining is much like what happens with the mints. My stats the IVs haven't actually been increased. It's kind of pretend. The stats have been trained to as if they were best. So, this one is best, and this one, its IVs are still the same as what they were. They've just been superficially raised. Now, if I was to try and breed this Cinderace to try and pass down its stats, it would pass down its original stats, not its hypertrained stats, whereas this one would pass down its best stats. So yes, one more look. This is how you train the Pokemon. Perfect egg moves, perfect EVs, and the perfect IVs on a Cinderace now. So yes. Oh, one more thing to mention is the ability of the Pokemon. So currently Cinderace's ability is Blaze, and that is the only ability that Cinderace can currently have. Cinderace does have an awesome hidden ability called Librero or something, which basically changes the type that Cinderace is to whichever move it's about to use. So I want to use High Jump Kick, I turn into a fighting type and do extra damage due to that same type attack bonus. But that hidden ability is not yet released. So for now, this Cinderace here is the best a Cinderace can possibly be. Oh, and there's one more thing I forgot to mention, sorry you guys. So, Pokemon abilities. Now, some Pokemon can have up to 3 different abilities. As I mentioned, Cinderace only has 2, its normal ability and its hidden ability, and its hidden ability is not available yet, so I only have the one ability to work with here. But for many Pokemon that's not the case. Let's, for example, in fact, let me show you my Frosmoth. This is the Frosmoth I used in-game, and let's head over to Cerebi.net. So, let's get up here and find Frosmoth. Where is it? I think it's somewhere lower down, isn't it? No. Snom and Frosmoth, where are you? Seymour, Mr. Mime, Phalanx, Snom and Frosmoth. Okay, so Frosmoth has 2 abilities, one being Shield Dust and one being Ice Scales. So when I played the game, I looked up Frosmoth's entry here on Cerebi, and I saw Ice Scales. The Pokemon is protected by Icy Scales, which halve the damage taken from special moves. Now, wow, that ability is really good. That means that a Pokemon that attack Frosmoth with special attacks will only be doing half the damage, and compared to Shield Dust, damaging moves used by the opponent will not have an additional effect. Whoa. This Ice Scales ability is amazing. So basically, if I want to use a competitively viable Frosmoth, then using one with Shield Dust just isn't going to cut it. For Frosmoth, its hidden ability is essential. So, when it comes to using, making the Pokemon you caught early on competitively viable, if you caught the Pokemon with, like, for example, if you caught a Snom with Shield Dust, that just wouldn't be good, to be honest. Like, you would have to ensure that you get the Ice Scales ability. And in order to do that, there's no current way that you can change your Pokemon's hidden ability. I mean, if a Pokemon had 2 normal abilities, there's the Ability Capsule, which will change them between those 2 abilities. but there's no way to make a Pokemon have its hidden ability at the moment without catching one that has its hidden ability and, you know, breeding that to offspring. So yeah, for me, I made sure that my Pokemon that I used in the story had its hidden ability, Ice Scales. But yeah, sometimes, guys, you gotta make sure that your Pokemon has the correct ability. Like, as I mentioned, let's just check a different Pokemon like Lucario. So yeah, 3 different abilities, all of them pretty good. Well, Justified increases the the attack stat when hit by a dark move. That would be good for a physical attacking Lucario. But Inner Focus prevents flinching, and it also prevents your attack stat from being lowered by Intimidate. So Inner Focus might be good on a Lucario that uses more special attacks, since it can't be flinched and it doesn't gain any benefits from Justified. So say you hatched a Lucario with Steadfast, you could just use the ability capsule and change it to Inner Focus. So yeah, like you've just got to be aware of what abilities your Pokemon can have and which ability will be the best. Unfortunately, if your Pokemon that you use throughout the story doesn't have its hidden ability, then you're kind of out of luck. But you can breed the Pokemon you've used in the story and have its offspring gain the hidden ability through certain methods, like breed it with a female that has the hidden ability, for example, and hopefully some of the offspring there will have the hidden ability, and then you can follow the steps in this video to ensure that your Pokemon is the best it can competitively be. But yeah, I just felt I had to add that last part in. So yes, thank you. Hope this helped. Ciao.